Hey, y'all. It's Charisma with Traveling with Charisma and Cam, where I teach parents just like you how to travel with your kids on a budget and have fun while doing it. So, y'all know the YouTube algorithm is all over the place. So, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure you like it and share it to other people. Keep in mind, this is Money Matters, where we are talking about money. This is, I believe, episode number 4. So make sure you catch the other ones. So, what I told you we would do is I would take you on my journey of trying to acquire another property before me and my son go out to travel Africa. So it's so much that has transpired over the last 2 weeks, y'all. So I do have a date to go to Africa in November. I plan to go to Egypt. So basically, I will not allow myself to go unless I come up with more revenue. I need to come up with about 2 grand more a month before I will go to Africa because I do not plan on continuing my telehealth, seeing patients online. Honestly, the internet's just not great. So that's just not something I'm going to do. So I've been taking you through this journey of me trying to find a property. So I'm going to go through some of the properties that I've bidded on, not bidded on, why I didn't bid on them, or if I did, what happened. So the first one I'm going to show you is this one in Cleveland. So that particular property, honestly, y'all, I really missed out. It's now under contract. This property was great. It was a mixed use property. It had 3 or 4 apartments and top. It actually had a storefront at the bottom, and it had 3 or 4 garages, and that was in Ohio. And I'm gonna be very honest, y'all. I have a friend. He always tells me, "Scared money don't make money." And y'all, I did not make money because I was too afraid to pull the trigger on this one. This one was about 225,000. Because it was mixed use, I could not use a residential loan, and the agent I had spoken with was residential. So I did not pull the trigger and get a corporate loan, get a commercial loan. Also, I don't have boots on the ground, so then that made me nervous. So I still needed an inspection. And y'all, I'm telling you this and I'm being very honest with you because the thing is, scared money does not make money. Whether you got 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, if you're not willing to invest it, you're going to lose. And honestly, now that I think about the things that I could have done with that, I could have put a laundromat down there. I could have charged for the garage to rent the garage. I could have charged for, he already had, washer and dryers down there. The thing with real estate is it's one thing when you're just charging monthly for rent, but it's these add-ons, these extra things that you can charge for that makes the difference in you just being a landlord and you being a real estate investor. So honestly, y'all, this one right here, I really missed out on that one. The next one is in the metro Atlanta area. This one I really wanted, y'all. It was it was 2 or 3 bedrooms with 1 bath. I really wanted to remodel, add on another bathroom, expand out the bedroom. This would have been my first remodel. However, I put a bid on it. I did not feel like it was worth the money that they wanted. You really have to look at your cash on cash return. You have to make sure that your return on investment makes sense. And frankly, at the price that they were selling it, it didn't make sense. I was the second offer in line. However, it's still under contract, so I have to assume that that offer went through. Y'all, then I had another house I looked for. I really liked this one. This one, I believe, was a 3-2. It was also in the metro Atlanta area, and it was on a basement. So I thought this one was really good because I could finish up the rehab on the main level because it was a ranch, and then I could rehab the basement as well and rent that out too. So we were looking at 2 sets of rent here. However, when I really looked at it, I kind of felt like I may have been a little over my head with this one because right now, a basement full remodel, if it's not already has the, I can't think of the wording right now, but if it doesn't already have everything needed to do a bathroom, to do a mini kitchen, all the plumbing and everything in place, I would have been looking at like 70 grand to do that with today's prices. Then I still had to rehab the upstairs, although they started the rehab on this particular property, it still needed a lot of rehab. So I think this would have been a good project for somebody that had already had some experience, but as my first rehab, I'm looking for something that's a bit more commercial. So if I wasn't looking at doing the basement as well, then this probably would have been a good one. However, here we are. Oh, this has been what, 3, 4 weeks. This is 3 different properties, none that I've gotten. And y'all probably like, this is a mess. Like, I don't know what to do. But this is the market right now. You're gonna bid, you're gonna lose, you're going to get cold feet. This is just the way that this works. And you just got to keep pushing, keep pushing. So what am I doing now? I did get approval for my loan, for a conventional loan. I've already talked to some hard money lenders. Spoken with like 7 or 8 of them. I'm going through everything that they've given me, make sure that I find one that I really would want to deal with. Also, I want to find one that not only does the hard money rehab loan, but can also convert that into a bridge loan, so they can switch that over into a 30-year loan for me as well, since these are properties that I'm planning on holding and not just flipping. Um, One of the conventional loan companies that I spoke with, I believe it's Homespire, they actually also do commercial loans, which for me, with me having great credit, a commercial loan may be better for me than a residential loan when we're looking at investment properties. And I know you're thinking, oh my goodness, that's a whole lot of money that we're talking about. Well, when you go through a bank instead of a hard money loan, you don't have to put as much down and your interest isn't as high. So, for those of you that's like, I don't have any money, I don't know where to start. If you do not currently own your home, if you're currently renting, start getting enough for a 3% down payment. Talk to a bank, talk to a lender, let them evaluate your situation, apply for a mortgage, and find out what it is that you will need. They may be able to tell you what you need before you even apply. So, they can let you know you probably may qualify for about 200,000. If you qualify for 200,000 and you needed 3 to 5% down, 3% with FHA, 5% with conventional, because like we spoke in the other video, FHA, a lot of people are not taking FHA right now, but they are taking conventional. So, when we're looking at that, if we're doing a $200,000 loan, I think that's 10,000, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not the greatest with math, y'all, but I think that's 10,000. And you kind of, and the thing is, you don't necessarily have to have all 10,000. You may be able to do a program that helps you with down payment assistance. I know back in the day there was NACA, there's in Georgia, there's Georgia Dream. So you have to see what down payment assistance is there. So right now people are they're starting to slow down a little bit on buying the houses. I'm starting to see that, when I do put in an offer, it's a week before they accept the offer. So, you may be able to have some wiggle room, and look into multifamilies when you're looking at wanting to invest, but you don't own a home. In most states, you can do a multifamily with up to 3 or 4 doors. So 3 or 4 units. You live in one, you rent out the other 2 or 3 units. They're paying off your mortgage. You don't have to pay rent, and you can start stacking your money, and then you can put that money into another investment. If you don't have to pay $1,500 in rent anymore, and because they're paying on your rent, then you can start building that money. These are not short term get rich schemes. That's just not the way that this works. However, these are things that I've done, and these are things that you can also do to start building up your money. Make that plan. We can suffer through, or I was just on another podcast by Ray, hey girl. um and she was saying, don't say suffer, but we can take steps to progress through anything for a short amount of time. So, I had a job when I was fresh out of nursing school. And the job I had fresh out of nursing school, I had three job opportunities that presented itself. One was one of the top hospitals in Atlanta. The other one was a trauma hospital, and the other one was just another hospital. So the top hospital paid the most. They were very nice. Everything was very clean. Everything, you didn't have too many patients. Da 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 da. Well, the other one was a trauma hospital, and it paid the least. And then the third hospital was in the middle with their pay. Well, for me, I took the job at the trauma hospital that paid the least. And my friends thought I was crazy. Why would you do that? Well, I knew that if I worked at that trauma hospital for at least a year, I didn't have to work there for 10 years, 5 years, at least a year, long enough to put it on my resume. I knew that that would make me marketable. So if I could push through, if I could do what I needed to do for a year, in a year, then I could go and write my own ticket. I could push through anything for a couple of months or a couple of years. Because the fact of the matter is, that year is coming, right? So 2023, August 2023, I promise you it's coming. So you can be in this position August 2023, or you can be in a new position August 2023. You see what I'm saying? So it's really up to you what you choose to do with this next year. So you can be like, woe is me. I don't have enough money. I don't have this. I don't have that. Oh, I don't have the kind of money she got to invest. I don't have this, that, and the other. Yeah, no, neither did I. I didn't have the kind of money I have to invest today, 5 years ago. I ain't invest 5 years ago. So this is something I gradually built up. I built it up over time. Take 10% of your savings and put it in an account. Cut out happy hour every 3-4 times a week. Do happy hour one time a week. That little bit will add up over a year. Take a little extra time and do Uber. Do Lyft, DoorDash, whatever it is. If you do some medical transcriptionist online, whatever it is, to build up some extra money. And as you're building up that money, you can also apply for these programs that can help you with down payment assistance. Because see, there's no reason that any of us have to live the life that we don't want to live. We're Americans. I mean, most of us. And frankly, it's out there. The money is there. Whether you borrow it, whether you raise it, whether you build it up, it's there. Take a year and focus on getting that money. Take a year and start applying for these programs. Take a year and start educating yourself. If you're ready to get into real estate and you're not in one real estate class, if you're not in your local RIA, if you're not doing a conference, if you're not at least listening to Bigger Pockets or one of the other podcasts, then you ain't trying to be in real estate. I'm just going to be very honest, because education is half the battle. Because I'm telling you, out in these streets trying to be in real estate, you will get got very quickly, very, very quickly. And I can tell you that from from experience. I have one property, we've had it for 18 months, ain't made a dime off of it. It was a bad investment. I'm just going to be very honest with y'all. It was a bad investment. I trusted the guru that was over it, and I made assumptions that they would do what they needed to do with the money. And here we are 18 months later, and we have not produced any income. They're still raising capital for the project. And, I didn't do enough research on that. And that was a bad investment. I came to find out later that that wasn't something that he had done before. That's not the kind of stuff I should be invested in. So if you don't know what you don't know. It's a learning experience. I know not to do that again. So now I'm looking at investing in another project with someone else, of course. um, and, I'm doing my research, I'm doing my due diligence. I'm actually getting ready. When I get back in the States, I will be going to a multifamily course. I'm going to another state and a multifamily conference, because that is where I am looking at investing my money going forward. So these are things that we have to do. Start looking and educating yourself, because see, you may not be where I am today, but I wasn't where I am today a year ago. I wasn't. I wasn't here 1 year ago. I wasn't here 2 years ago. I had to build that up gradually. And I personally took advantage of the time during the pandemic when United Health was paying me, my company, y'all, was paying me to stay at home. You're going to pay me to stay at home, y'all. I'm going to be doing something. We may not be working for your company since y'all trying to get that together, but I'm going to be doing something. And that's what I did. I did something. I started educating myself. I started getting in different groups. It was one, Her Mindset Matters. Let me get into RIA. Let me get into this. Let me get into that. Let me listen to this podcast. Let me start to educate myself. Now, at the time, I did already have one rental. However, I did not have other investments. So now I have other investments and I'm getting ready to invest in more. And I'm looking at doing the multifamily, but I know I haven't been doing the education that I have been doing previously to that extent. So I said, well, girl, if you're about to start investing, you need to start re-educating yourself, because this is an ever-changing market. This is very fluid. Things are always changing. We're chasing the market. We're looking at, what's going on in the stock market, what's going on in real estate. Are people trying to sell? Are people trying to buy? What's going on with these interest rates? All of this is what we need to be looking at when we're looking at investing. It's not just, even if you have the money, you still got to know what to do with it and where to put it. So start doing your research. What did I say? Start stacking money. If you don't have any extra money, find some. Go do something. Whether something legal, I'm not sitting up here supporting nothing illegal, but go do something. Go do DoorDash or whatever it is. Start stacking money. Start educating yourself. Get involved in your local RIA or something else of that nature. Get some education under your belt, so once you have those funds, you can start investing. But you need to know locally. You need some people, boots on the ground. We say that a lot, boots on the ground. You need some people in that area to help you invest in that. So if you decide you want to travel later, you have a team that can take care of your property while you're away. Because I invest. I mean, I have property. I'm not there. Even when I was there, I wasn't there. I'm not. I ain't doing that. I'm not the landlord. I am the investor. There's the difference. Um, Also, find out what programs are still out there. I don't know the current programs. Like I said, I know NACA was out there. I know Georgia Dream was out there. Find out what programs are out there, especially for first-time home buyers, and get you a multi-family. Everybody is chasing these single family. You know who's chasing the multi-family? Investors. That's who's chasing the multifamily, because they know they get in that multifamily and they start house hacking. That's what it's called, house hacking. They start house hacking. They rent those other units out. They live in one unit and they start stacking their money. You are only obligated to live in your multi unit for 1 year under FHA. 1 year before you could just turn into a full investment property and go buy something else. So then, not you're not no longer just getting three three tenants paying. Now you get to have a fourth tenant paying, and you can go move somewhere else. You can do the house hacking again. You can get your single family home. You can do what you do, make it happen. But these are the things that you have to do to start moving forward. So it's not about what you have in your bank account today, it is about your plan. We all need a plan. If you need to sit down and speak one on one, I am here. I am not a real estate agent. Let me get that straight, because I've had some people call me as far as finding property. I'm not a real estate agent. I do not want to be a real estate agent. I am an investor, and I like being an investor. I am here if you want to make a plan about your future, if you want to move forward, if you're saying, I want to travel, I want to do this with my child, I want to do this with my mom before she gets older. I need to make a plan. It's hard. It is. It's very hard. It's very hard to travel this world. It's very hard to go on vacation sometimes. But it's not that hard. It just requires a little discipline and a little planning. And when you combine the two of those, you'd be amazed some of the things that you can make happen. So I'm gonna continue on in this journey. I am gonna find me a project. I am going to invest in, and I'm about to make these $2,000 a month that I told myself I need to make before I leave the States, because we have to survive. Survival is pretty important. We gotta eat, we gotta live, we actually have to have a roof over our head, those things. So that's where we are. Ask me whatever questions you have. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you are interested in a one-on-one, I do have the link down there to book with me, so we can find out how you too can live your dreams and travel the world, or even just take that one trip that you've been dying to go on. All right, y'all. It's Charisma with Traveling with Charisma and Cam, and I shall see you next time. Ciao.